Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you are doing well. This is going to be my monthly update for the Panners Pan. This project was created by Elizabeth, who is Shiny Happy Pans over on Instagram. The idea behind this project is to link a product to a project panner you love, and you can set whatever goal you want on the project. Why is this curtain jumping out at you guys? You can set whatever goal you want to set for the product, but you want to link the product to the project panner. Of course, I have made this progressive. So every month, regardless of whether I meet my goal on a product or not, I'm bringing in another product for another project panner. I don't know why I did that, but I've been having a lot of fun. I've been hovering around the 22 product mark for quite a while, and I'm happy to report that we are staying at 22 for another month because I did hit my goal on one of the items I've been working on, and I am so excited. So let's get into it. These updates are always relatively long. The product that I met my goal on is my nail polish that I put in this project for Makeup with Mariella. This is my Julie G Textured Nail Color in Sugar Plum Fairy, and this is what it's looking like now. I know, it's crazy. If on my nails, I am wearing it for the last time. Let me go get the polish because I wanted to show you. Okay, so for years and years and years now, I have this thing where I try to get every drop out of a bottle of nail polish before I call it done. I posted a whole video demonstrating how I do that, which I will try to remember to link down below. But basically, it gives me great satisfaction to empty these bottles out as much as possible. I know, it's weird. Most people just use what they can and say, okay, I'm done. But of course, me being me, I gotta do this crap. The trick to this polish was that it's a textured polish, which means it has a lot of like sandy grit to it. And so it was kind of a big decision about what polish I would combine this with, because whatever polish I combine it with would probably become a gritty polish, and I'm not a big fan of the grit, but also I didn't know like how that would affect the polish. It's not like two cream polishes coming together and getting mixed together. So I was really unsure about what bottle I would mix this with. I ended up mixing it in with this old Milani polish. This is a 3D holographic polish. This color is called High Res, 514 High Res. Not that it matters. Milani hasn't made this polish in forever, but I have several of their, I have several shades from this line in particular that I purchased at the time that it was being sold. And here, so what I did, here is that polish before I mixed it. So that's what that polish looked like on its own. And Milani was really ahead of its time as far as the holographic polish. I really feel like they were, you know, indie brands are doing it all over the place now, but this polish is like 15 years old. So, I mean, Milani was really ahead of its time. But unfortunately, I don't think that color on its own is the most flattering shade on me and my skin tone. I just think it looks kind of, I don't know, it just looks kind of dead. So these two nails, let's see, okay, I could do it. These two nails right here and this nail right here are the Julie G polish before I decided to combine it. So when I combined these two colors together, I ended up with this color right here. So this is the new polish. That's what this polish now looks like, now that I've mixed the remnants of that Sugar Plum Fairy. And I think that this color purple is much more wearable. So I'm very happy with the outcome. It does have a slight amount of texture to it, but not as much as the original polish. This holographic polish before adding the textured polish was completely smooth. And I haven't added a top coat because I wanted to see if it could pick up on the camera. Of course, I don't know if it can. But I will have to put some clear coat on this because I don't like the feel of textured polishes. I really don't like it. It was what made panning this polish. There were two things that made panning this polish a challenge. One is that I'm just not a big fan of purple polish. I love blue nail polish, not a big fan of purple. But also the texture was a tough pill to swallow. And I had to do like 2 coats of clear polish on top of this every time I used it, just to like be able to tolerate wearing it. So I'm very, very happy to have this gone. I'm very sad that Mariella is rolling out of my project this month, and I won't be talking about her, but I'm so happy to have this polish empty. I have way too many nail polishes, and it's really exciting to have one less nail polish, so couldn't be happier. That was one of the 3 focus products I was working on over the past month. So let's talk about the other 2 focus products. The first one being this lipstick from Fenty Beauty in the shade Candy Venom. I rolled this lipstick into this project for Metropolitan Creole, and I set the goal of using this 5 times over the past month, and I believe I achieved that goal. I'm up to 8 uses, and I think I was at 3 last month. I might have been at 4. I either used this 4 times or 5 times. My goal overall in this project is to use this lipstick 20 times. So I'm almost halfway through meeting my goal on this lipstick. I've really enjoyed it. I wore it the other day, and my neighbor who was across the street was like, I love what you got going on there. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. Like when somebody notices you for your lipstick from across the street and has to say something, like that's very sweet. But this is just such a beautiful shade. I mean, it is a shocking hot pink shade. It is so fun. I love it with just a natural, like subtle bronzy eye. So I feel like I got good use out of it over the past month, and I've really been enjoying it, but I still have to use it 12 more times before it rolls out of this project. And the third focus item is the peach shade from this Just Peachy Mattes palette, which is in here for Elizabeth with an S. My goal is to hit pan on this shade right here. I have not done that yet, but the dip is growing, and I just keep using this palette all the time. I'm wearing it today. I have the 2 shades I've been using the most are these 2. Peach Punch, which is the one I'm trying to hit pan on, but then this shade Just Ripe, I've completely fallen in love with, and I use it a little bit in my outer corners just to deepen it up a little. But yeah, no pan yet. I think I definitely have another month of motivation to wear these peach colors, and then I'm probably going to lose a little steam for peach as we start getting into fall, but we'll see. I'll try to keep going with it, but I mean, this is really a spring and summer shade for me, so I've been going a little harder on this shade for the past 6 months, but I feel like that window is closing. Okay, let's take it from the top and go over all of the products. The goal that I had set a long time ago in this project was to use everything else at least once a month, and I've definitely felt like I have been failing at that miserably the last couple of months, but I did make an effort to try and use a bunch of these products at least once over the past month, and I did better. There are still some products I didn't get around to at all, but I did try to use these products at least once. Up first for Elizabeth, who is now Shiny Happy Pans, is my ColourPop lip liner in BFF. I am trying to finish the sucker, and it is not going anywhere fast. I did wear it once over the past month, and when I line it up against the paper, I guess I could make a new mark, but it would be so subtle. I think I'm going to give it another month before I make another mark on this paper, but it's below the line, which is something I need to keep using it. This isn't a preferred color for me. It's a little too neutral. I prefer it if it had a little bit more peach or a little bit more pink to it, but it doesn't, and I'm trying to make the best of it, but it's not something I really want to reach for. I have to kind of force myself to use it. Next is this ColourPop lip gloss in the shade Curvy. I have this in this project for Chic Geek. I've had this sitting up in my makeup storage rather than my purse for the past month because I'm home and I'm not going to work every day. I just haven't been getting much use out of my purse lipsticks. So I pulled them all out and put them in my bathroom. And up until a couple days ago when I used this, there was a huge window showing in this product that went basically down to here, which was very motivating because this whole time when this product has been just rolling around in my purse, I haven't been able to really see where I'm at and where my progress is, and it just feels like a never-ending lip gloss. So to see that huge window going down the side was really exciting, but I only used this once over the past month, and it was a couple days ago, and it made my window disappear, but hopefully I could rally with that product. These 2 products do pair well together, and I do tend to wear them together quite a bit, so I really should try to make them a focus, two of my focus products soon and just kind of pair them together over and over again. I really should do that. Okay. Next is my shadow from Looksy Beauty in the shade Halo. This is in this project for Alex, who is Alejandra Lisette. My goal is to hit pan on that, and as you can tell, that has not happened yet. And I don't know if I used that shade at all in the past month. This is kind of on the bottom of my drawer, and it doesn't get reached for. When I had another powder in here that I was panning as well, I was reaching for it more often, but now that I finished that powder, this is just sitting at the bottom of the pile. I'll get to it eventually. For Rebecca Morgan and Jocelyn Claire, I have my Maybelline. This has been like the forgotten stepchild of this entire project. It's probably the least used product in this entire project. I'm really, again, I think I'm going to give it one more month and then I'm going to make this a focus product because we're coming into green season for me. The end of September, October, November, that's when I want to wear green. So I'm really hoping I could do some serious damage to this in the next coming months, but I think I'm going to give it one more month before I place that expectation on myself because I want to enjoy my summer colors for one more month, like the peaches and the aquas and the blues. I want to enjoy them for one more month and then I'll go in hard with my fall colors, I think. Oh, how exciting. I can make a new mark. Where's my pen? Okay, next is my eyeliner from Jante Blue in the shade Electric Blue. I have this in this project for Alexi, and I do have a new mark that I was able to make, which is super exciting. I am right here now. I made pretty good progress for me, although none of those marks indicate super good progress. I think for me, that's pretty good. Yeah, really enjoy this pencil a lot. Oh, my brother's here. Okay, I'll be back with my hair done. Okay, I am back and I am blonder than ever. I had to stop filming. My brother showed up to watch my kids so that I could go and get my hair done. And I'm back from getting my hair done. My brother's just left and I am here to pick up where I left off. So I'm not gonna refilm that first part again. We're just gonna keep moving forward. Where was I? I know where I was. I had just finished talking about my Jante Blue eyeliner, didn't I? Okay, my next product is my Juicy Tubes in this shade Desert from Lancome. I have this in this project for Linda, who is Linda Loves Panning. And I did use this several times over the past month. I'm not using it daily at this point, but for a couple months, I really wasn't using it at all while I was trying to finish off my Ulta lip oil. So I am back to using this again. It's been laying on its side, so you can't really tell, but the fill line is like right around the bottom of that square. And I'm happy to be using it again and getting some use out of it. I usually tend to put it on in the morning time after I brush my teeth, but not always, obviously. Next is my highlighter slash blush from Wet n Wild in the shade Don't Flutter Yourself. I have this in this project for Rania, and my goal is to wear away the little hummingbird on the product, and the hummingbird is still there. I haven't really focused on this much at all this past month. I was back to focusing on my Laura Mercier highlight, so I didn't really touch that, but I think I need to make this a focus product for this next month because I really like that highlighter on me when I have a little bit of a tan, and I have a little bit of a tan. There's not much to talk about regarding my NARS pencil in Rakugian. I have this in this project for Rebecca S., who is panning and stuff. This is another product that I was using pretty much every day when I was going to work, and this was in my purse, but I stopped going to work for the summer and then I took it out of my purse and I just haven't been reaching for it hardly at all. I might have used it once over the past month, but I don't really have a new line. It is due for a sharpen. Probably should sharpen it, but yeah, I think once I get back to work, unfortunately, I'm going back to work next week, but I think once I'm back at work, my usage on that will pick up again because I was really in the habit of reaching for that after I ate my lunch every day. I would put that on. So I think my usage will pick up on that quite a bit starting next month. Next is my Maybelline lipstick in the shade Warm Me Up. I love this shade. I have this in this project for Christina Chang, but I've been all about peachy shades this summer. I just wear peach over and over and over again, and this kind of muted, nudie pink shade, which I usually love, has not been something I've been gravitating towards. I think, again, my usage for this will pick up starting this fall. I did use up one lipstick that I kept in my purse, so maybe I'll move this to my purse and start seeing if I can get a little bit more usage out of it, but I'm not sure. Okay, next is my My Little Pony and ColourPop collaboration palette. I have two shadows that I'm working on in this palette for two different project panners. I did use both of them this past month. I'm actually wearing this shade right here today, which I think is called Blossom. I am wearing it all over my eyelid today, but I do have my Rowan eyeshadow single on top of it. So I don't know if you could really see it, but I did put this on today for the first time this month. And this shade right here called Flutterby, I've worn a couple of times over the past month. I'm much closer to hitting pan on Flutterby than I am on Blossom, but I'm really happy I was able to use and enjoy both shades because I do like them both very much. I just have way too many eyeshadows that I'm trying to make certain goals on and not enough time in the month. That's painfully obvious. Next is my highlighter from Wet n Wild in Purple Ashes. This is in this project for Kana. My goal is to hit pan on it, but this is the highlighter I never use. And it's not because I hate it. I don't hate it, but I'm trying to really, I feel like hitting pan on this is much less realistic than wearing off the Hummingbird on the Don't Flutter Yourself, or just finishing off the little bit of that Laura Mercier highlight I'm trying to finish off in another project. So I tend to reach for those two much more than this one, but I know I'll get to it eventually. Okay, next we're gonna jump down to my ABH and Master by Mario palette. I have this in this project for Chanrel from Chanrel Stash. I'm trying to hit pan on this shade right here called Isabelle. I would have, prior to watching Encanto, I would have always said Isabelle, but now with Mirabelle, I can't help it. Everything's Isabelle. Anyways, I'm supposed to be hitting pan on that shade, and I did not use that shadow at all in this past month. I know that for a fact. Unfortunately, I just didn't get around to it. Same story for the shadow in my Juvia's Place Nubian 2 palette. I'm trying to hit pan on the shade Sheba for Tori, and I do like to pair those two shadows together, this one and the Isabelle from the Mario palette. They really go well together, and usually I wear them both at the same time, but I haven't worn either of them this past month. Once again, I do think my usage for them will pick up now that fall's coming because they're just such beautiful fall bronzy shades. But yeah, I didn't wear them at all this past month. Next is my pink rose blush for Rose. This is called Rose Shimmer, and it's from the brand American Beauty. I don't know how long it's going to take me to hit pan on this thing. I'm guessing forever. But when I look at the photo, when I rolled this into this project, I can see that I'm making progress. So that makes me feel a little bit better. I have been going for peachier blushes lately over pinkier blushes just because I've been doing a lot of peach, a lot of monochromatic peach looks. That's just kind of where my heart is at. I want peach eyes, peach blush, peach lips, and this peachy shirt on every single day of the summer. And so I haven't been reaching for this pinky shade as much, but I have still used it several times over the past month. But I don't know if I can say I've used it like 10 times, maybe only 5 or 6. But I'm just guessing because I'm not really tracking my usage. Next is my gloss stick from Marc Jacobs in the shade Wet Your Lips. And I have this in this project for Tanya. This is another project that was getting pretty regular use when it was in my purse and I was going to work every day, and I've just been struggling with it since summer rolled around. I've also been reaching for much peachier options compared to this kind of glossy nude. Again, I'm sounding like a broken record, but I think my usage for this will pick up once I'm back at work and summer is winding down, but I haven't used this a whole lot this past month, if at all. I already talked about Candy Venom. Next is my Stila Paint Pot in Amber. I have this in this project for Lena, who is Jessica, And my goal is to use this paint pot 20 times. And I don't think I used this at all over the past month. No, my goal is to use this 30 times. Oh boy. And I don't think I used it at all this past month. I am still at 2 uses for this guy. Not because I don't love it. I love this so much, but I just haven't reached for it at all this past month. This goes really well with that mauve shade in my ColourPop palette. So I can definitely pair the two together and get a use out of both of them. I just haven't done this past month. I've been wearing peach. Peach or pan that palette. That's the only 2 looks I've been doing. Either it's a peachy look or it's a pan that palette look. That's basically been it for this past month. Okay, for Sandra, who is Highlights the Limit, I have another highlighter. This is my Blossom Glow highlighter from Wet n Wild. I think I'm going to absolutely love this highlighter, but I really haven't used it much. I just want to finish that Laura Mercier highlight first. So I don't know if I used this at all this past month. I doubt it. I have got to get through that Laura Mercier highlight this year. If that is in my inventory in January, I'm going to quit project panning, because I'm not going to be able to call myself a project panner if I can't finish that by January. I have to get that Laura Mercier highlight finished. And my final product is the one that just rolled in at last month's update, and that comes from my Heavy Metals palette from Urban Decay. And it is this shade called Acoustic down here. And I put it in this project for Verity, who is Red Dirt and Stardust. And I did use this twice, ever since finishing off my ColourPop Couche Super Shock Shadow. This is a pretty close dupe, and this makes a very nice kind of cool toned or neutral inner corner highlight. I'm also panning a pretty like aqua blue shade that makes a nice inner corner highlight. And then I have my Tarte Chrome Paint Pot in Top Yacht that makes a nice goldeny inner corner highlight. But when I don't want gold or aqua, this is my go-to. And I've been loving it. Okay, now is the time that I roll in another product for another project panner. And the project panner that I want to feature for this month is Taru. Taru. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. T-A-R-U. Her channel is also known as Cruelty Free Panner, I believe. Cruelty Free Panner, right? And she's a member of the Fantastic Ladies. She's from Europe. She has a beautiful accent. She is just the sweetest, most gentlest person. She speaks really softly. I absolutely loved when she did the ASMR project pan that the Fantastic Ladies did. She had, in my humble opinion, she had the best ASMR project pan video out of everybody that I watched, and everybody did a really good job. That was a project that I was really, really hoping to do, but I ended up being in the hospital when the introduction kicked off, and so I didn't have anything filmed, and I didn't want to jump in late, so I ended up missing that project pan altogether. But I loved that project so much, and hers was the best. I still watch her project pan videos from that ASMR video on repeat, but we do a lot of the same projects because we're both members of the Fantastic Ladies. She did create a couple of at least one project with the Fantastic Ladies that I can think of, and it was the dinosaur one, pan of dinosaurs. It was a dinosaur themed project pan, which was a really great idea. It was something very unique that I hadn't heard of before. But the main thing, there's a lot of things that I think of when I think of Taru. She was doing pan in every palette, and she stopped doing that project because she hit a pan in every one of her palettes, which I am so jealous of. But I feel so far away from that point, but she actually had to stop doing pan in every palette because she hit a pan in every palette, which just amazes me. But the main thing that I think of when I think of Taru is her cool toned looks. She almost always has very cool toned makeup on, and it really stands out to me because I feel like a lot of the colors she tends to gravitate towards would probably not look good on me, but it always looks good on her. So I figured I would push myself out of my comfort zone in honor of Taru and throw in a cool tone product that I don't think it's gonna look very good on me, but I own it. So why should I own it if it doesn't look good on me and I don't want to wear it? So that's the catch. I have it, so I must want it, or I must want it to work for me, but I haven't used it in ages. And it's an oldie. It's another oldie. Here it is right here. I'm busting out a liquid lipstick. She also wears a lot of liquid lipsticks, which is not really my comfort zone. But again, I have them. So either I should use them or I should get rid of them. And I'm kind of hoping that this project will force me to make some tough decisions, or fall in love with it. We'll see. Either one's fine with me. But I have this old liquid lipstick from Max Factor, which should really tell you something because Max Factor hasn't been in the US in a very, very, very long time. But this is a very cool toned purpley shade that I have. These don't have names, they just have numbers. This is called 84. I have swatched it right there. I swatched both of these. I wasn't sure which one I was going to go with, but this bottom one is that purpley shade. And that is so far out of my comfort zone. It's very cool tone. It's very tattoo. Every time I see this shade, I think this would look good on her. But I don't know if it looks good on me, but if there is a time where I'm going to rock a cool tone purpley lipstick, it's going to be fall, and we're walking into fall. And of course, with these liquid lipsticks, they come with the Clear Balm. This is actually a CoverGirl Clear Balm. CoverGirl and Max Factor are basically owned by the same company, so the products are all pretty much interchangeable. But this is the Clear Balm that you put on top of the liquid lipstick to give it a little bit more shine and make it look a little bit more natural. And so my goal for this product is to keep using them until one of them is gone, whichever happens first, either this one or this one. I want to keep using these until one of these is finished. And that's my goal. And I don't know how long that's going to take. Maybe I will end up decluttering this product right off the bat. I don't know. I have to see what it looks like on me. It's been a long time since I've had this purpley shade on my face, but generally I don't think I'm going to be able to pull this off, but maybe I will. But my goal is to have one of these products out of my inventory by the time I roll this product out of this project. So either I will use up or declutter this, or I will use up this. But when one of those things happen, I will consider my goal met for this project. And I'm a little nervous. I painted this on my hand like 5 hours ago, and I've washed my hands like 5 times, and it is stuck on there like glue. Which is exactly what I remember about this product. So that's what I'm rolling in for tattoo. Wish me luck, you guys. I don't know why I do these things to myself, but wish me luck. Now is the time that I need to pick 3 products to focus in on for the next month. Let me do that right now, and I will be right back. Okie dokie, I have my 3 focus products for the next month. One's a rollover again, but basically I picked the 3 most summariest products that I really want to get some good use in on over the next month before summer basically is over. The first one being, once again, my Just Peachy Mattes palette. I've been focusing in on this matte corally shade so much, but like I said, I really feel like the window for this shadow is closing in as we get closer to fall, and I'm just not going to be reaching for this shadow as much once we get into September. So I want to give this a real last ditch attempt to hit pan on it. There's such a nice looking dip on it. It smells so good. I don't know if I can hit pan in the next month or not, but I'm going to try. I already kind of foreshadowed this, but I'm bringing back in my Don't Flutter Yourself highlight from Wet n Wild. My goal is just to make the hummingbird disappear. So this highlighter really works well on me when I have a tan. I have a tan. Now's the time. I need to do this because in a month, I'm not going to be this tan. It's sad, but it's true. And I know that for a fact. And my final focus product for the month is, once again, my Jante Blue Liner. I'm just always trying to make enough progress with this pencil that I could make a new mark. I'm really happy that I was able to make a new mark for this month, even though it wasn't a focus product. But I need to keep the momentum going because this is another pencil that gets harder and harder to use once we get into fall. I'm not going to be reaching for this bright blue shade as much. And now's the time. I just feel like I could pull off these shades so much better in the summer than in the fall. So I'd like to make enough progress on this to make a new mark on my paper. I'd like to try and make this hummingbird disappear. And I'd like to hit pan on my Peach Punch shade from my Just Peachy mats. And everything else, I'd just like to use one time. Hopefully I can make that happen. Wish me luck, you guys. That is going to be it for this update for the Panners Pan. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.